Hey everyone, Jace for with Mountain Hut by Lego Creator. Set number 31025 contains 550 pieces. Recommended building ages are 8 through 12. This is a 3-in-1 set. Here we have the Mountain Hut. It does rebuild into either a mountaintop lookout or a small lodge. So here's the mountaintop lookout and the small lodge. Looks like we get one minifigure. Also, it appears we get to make some sort of a vehicle. Here's the rear of the box. It does show various actions. Let's take a peek inside. The box is taped. We have one bag with smaller elements. One 8x16 green plate. Another smaller bag. A third smaller bag. A 16x16 stud plate. Another 8x16 plate. This box is cram-packed with parts, some of which I cannot get out. Three instruction manuals. Looks like they are of the different various builds. These were packed sideways in the box. Not sure as to why. A larger bag for larger elements. Another larger bag. Nothing else in the box. So it appears there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags, 3 plates, and 3 instruction manuals. Now, let's have a look at the first build. Let's take a look at the first build, which is the small lodge. Let's have a closer look at the minifigure and the ATV, and of course, the small lodge. Here we have our gentleman. He's wearing dark blue jeans with a red sweatshirt. Looks like he hasn't shaved in a while. He is wearing a helmet. Nice minifigure. Let's take a look at the ATV. The wheels do have a metallic finish. Handlebars. The front headlights. The wheel wells are molded. We even do have a pickaxe. Our minifigure does seat pretty well on the ATV. It does glide smooth on a flat surface. Let's explore the small lodge. First thing we notice, we do have a little duck in the pond. The pond is mainly constructed of plates and transparent studs. I like the rocks and the pine tree. We even have rocks on the bottom right. I like how the lodge does flow with the rock. Got a chimney. And this looks like it's supposed to be smoke. Not really sure though. We have a little fence in the back. There is some casement windows and a small window. The back of the lodge is left to be desired of. This could have been finished up a bit more. Got the light blue door and porch light. This does tend to fall over sometimes. Not sure what that's about. The roof on this model does not come off, but it does swing open. Let's take a closer look at the inside. We do have a little stove and an oven. This side we have a little table with a, looks like maybe a kerosene lamp and a mug. The entry part basically has nothing, but there is a small picture and that is printed on. It is a bit of a tight squeeze to actually play with this model, but it is scaled for minifigures. Got a bit of an opening. The locking mechanism. Seems that our mountain climber sure enjoys it. Here are the various pieces after assembling the small lodge. A great assortment of plates, bricks, studs, and an 8 by 16 plate. These elements may come in handy to enhance the small lodge or to create other creations. Next is the mountaintop lookout. It has lots of details. Let's have a closer look. The first thing we are going to notice is that the minifig is riding some sort of raft. He does easily remove from the raft. Set him off to the side. I'm guessing this is supposed to represent a log, like a holdout log. It doesn't look like it will float, but it is a nice attempt. He even has an oar. Really clever. We got a little campfire with the pot. It does have a removable lid. Take a look at the tree. Looks like we have a woodpecker pecking at the side of the tree. And we have on the top, looks like an eagle of some sort. Not really sure. On the side of the tree is a ladder. I like the detail of the flowing water from the side of the mountain down into the creek. It's got the use of the transparent blue studs, bricks, and other elements. Really nice flow. We got a little spot in the mountain. Here's the inside. Like the water is just pouring out of a tunnel of some sort. Here's the bottom half of the backside. You got the holdout mountain elements. You could use this to stash loot. Looks like this is some sort of cave. We got a transparent red gem of some sort. Now, let's take a look at the lookout tower. On the left side of the mountain, we have some makeshift steps which lead up to a bridge. Looks like we got some sort of lantern. Nice railing. Here is the lookout. Got the light blue windows. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be some deer antlers or a radio antenna. Not really quite sure. Nice use of the dark red and bright red roof tiles. The bridge is only 3 studs wide. We have a little ladder with a pickaxe which leads up into the door, into the lookout. Here's the interior. Not really much to say. It appears we have some sort of stove in the far right. We got a little bed. And the inside of this lookout is only 2 studs wide. Let's see if the minifigure can fit inside. apparently not. That's the best he can fit inside. So there's absolutely little to no room. So this is just for looks. So he can't even sleep sitting up. That was a great attempt. He got a side window. Looks really good. Looks like the construction is made out of logs. I like the flow of the mountaintop lookout. It is very creative for a small build. Looks like it stands about maybe 8 inches tall. Not quite sure. All in all, it is a great build. Now let's have a look at the spare pieces. There are plenty of pieces after assembling the mountaintop lookout. It appears there is plenty of roof tiles, a set of windows, a door, plates, and other elements, which can be used to enhance the mountaintop lookout. Now, let's take a look at the mountain hut. Presenting the final build, which is the mountain hut. Let's take a closer look at the minifigure, ATV, and the little tree. Let's start off with the small pine tree. It's constructed with plates on a little stand. Nice design. Now let's have a look at the ATV. I like the three-tone with the white, bright blue, and the orange. Does flow well. We got the handlebars and another set of handlebars for the bumper. Really clever idea. The rims on the wheels are metallic. They do have a metallic finish. There's the rear. Let's take our minifigure. Let's place him on the ATV. He does seat fairly comfortable. When you do remove the minifigure, sometimes the plate at the bottom does come off. That's quite alright. It does roll smooth on a flat surface. Now, let's take a closer look at the mountain hut. The first thing we're going to notice is the mountain. Lots of detail. We have a little footbridge. I like how the water cascades down from the rocks into a stream which flows under the bridge. Snow-covered rocks. It appears we have some sort of life, such as flowers, maybe some grass. And at the very top, we have an eagle. Really clever. You do have access underneath. As you can see inside, we do have some red gems hanging from the ceiling. Here's the rear of the cabin. It is left to be desired of. The color scheme doesn't quite match. Wish this hinge was brown and the bottom hinge were gray. It looked really good. As well as this side of the cabin. This could have been dealt better with these being the brown. I like the color of the roof with the dark red and red tiles. Appears we have moss or plant life on top of the roof. This is the side with the chimney. We have a small window, the dark red and red roof tiles that flow from the other side, and this is supposed to represent smoke. I'm not sure. I'm not too happy with this idea. I like the porch on the front, the light blue window and doors. We have a little window on the top as well. It looks like these are logs that are protruding from the side. This model does open up, and it's very clever. It does look seamless, but it actually hinges open. It splits open right down the middle. So let's take a peek in the inside. It does lock in place. This side is a little entryway. Looks like we have some sort of chest of drawers and a little lantern. Really cool. This side has several things going on. The first thing you're going to notice, we have a fireplace with a warm fire. And it appears that this is a deer antler or some sort of antlers. Not quite sure. We have a little table with the mug. And this side, we do have a stack of firewood. It is large enough to accommodate our minifigure. Plenty of room inside of this model. Compared to the previous two, he does easily move around. Really great model. It does fold up easily. In addition, we do also have a pickaxe to help our mountain climber climb the mountain. The rails on the front porch will tend to come off from time to time, so be very careful. Other than that, this is one great model. In my opinion, it's one of the best. Here are the spare pieces after assembling the mountain hut. There are 4 slopes, 2 plates, 1 flat tile, 7 studs, 1 nozzle, and an extra horn. These pieces will come in handy to enhance the mountain hut or for other LEGO creations. This concludes the review for Mountain Hut by LEGO Creator, set number 31025, contains 550 pieces. Recommended building ages are 8 through 12. It is a decent 3-in-1 set, which includes the mountaintop lookout and the small lodge. Out of the 3, the mountain hut was the best, in my opinion. The first 2 models were a bit on the small side, but the mountain hut does make up for it. The set does have a lot of elements that can be used to enhance other LEGO creations or to build one of the 3 models and add it to your LEGO city. I'm pleased with this set. I do wish it did come with another minifigure and a few more accessories, such as food, or maybe a barbecuer of some sort, but that's left up to the imagination. All in all, there is a lot of detail in this set. I do recommend it. Thank you for watching.